What's that fighting back look like, Governor?
Well, Mike, I don't know if I'm supposed to call you Mike or some SOB. How does it work now? What's the, no, Mike, I like that better. Well, we're going to see. I mean, we're going to go, I think, first of all, we are going to expose what this actually means for people. We have patients in Florida who have gotten these treatments over the last month and have had their symptoms resolved. I mean, we see that. And again, you know, maybe you do a clinical trial and it'll show it's less effective than against Delta. That may be the case. But we have patients who have benefited. That's just a fact. And so if there's a chance to benefit, particularly for these high-risk people, when do it. So we're going to be able to let them tell their story. We also have people all of a sudden, they're getting text messages saying your treatment's canceled. And what does that mean for them? What are they supposed to do now? So you're taking away treatment, which is something that's very, very important. But then just think of the angst that adds on to somebody. They think they're going to be able to go in and do it. And first of all, these appointments are hard to get because they cut our supply in the first place. You know, they had months and months to prepare for a winter wave. And I think they tried to tell themselves that over the summer, when you have Sunbelt has their high COVID season, that it was just because they're a bunch of backwards yokels and everything like that. First of all, it's not true. We've always had higher vax rate than the nation as a whole. And you have places like Israel now that are on their fourth shot, and they are setting world records for infections. And so clearly you have to have a more holistic approach to this, and treatment's an important part. But, you know, they had months and months and months to stockpile this, and they chose not to do it. So I think part of it is I think there's politics at play, but I think part of it is I just don't think they have enough treatments to go around. And I think they realize that, and I think it would look very bad to be able to admit that. So instead, they're saying this is revoked. You know, they don't have the same standard for things like remdesivir, which has been used in hospitals. I don't think the data on that has been very promising at all, and yet you don't see them revoking EUA on that. You don't see them revoking EUA on other things. I mean, normally, these things all went through clinical trials. Normally, you know, you would have to have some serious clinical data to do it, and they'll say, well, it's a new variant. Well, the vaccines were created for an old variant too. So this is something that is clearly they're going above and beyond to be able to deny access to people. And again, we just think that that's wrong. And so yes, you're going to hear from us. This was kind of sudden. I mean, they had said different things about it, but this was a really sudden shift, and I think it caught a lot of people by surprise.
Is there a lawsuit potentially?
I don't know. We're going to look. I mean, we're going to see what you can do. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you look at how the FDA has handled a lot of this stuff, whether there's legal cause of action or not, I think it leaves a lot of Americans kind of scratching their head with some of this. I mean, even think about our prescription drug importation program. I signed that into law in 2019. The Trump administration worked through their process. And then when Biden came in, he actually said it was good and that the FDA should go ahead with it. He said that like 6 months ago. They scheduled a call with us in like March to be able to go over Florida's plan. We could be saving tens of millions of dollars in the interim. You can't bring yourself to just go and review this earlier than that. So I think there's a lot of problem in this bureaucracy as well, and it's not serving the American people well. Even you think about some, and I don't know how effective some of these things like some of the antivirals that have been done in the meantime are. It's taken them a long time to be able to do those. And so, you know, people are in the breach here as a result, and they haven't served the public well. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Thanks, Governor.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks.